Hey, Moneymaker, welcome to day 3 of the 1K followers challenge. So we are prepping, making sure that we have all the things ready for our challenge so that once we start actually doing the things, we can move faster and fast and efficient. So far, you have your target audience. So we know in the 3 billion accounts that are on Facebook, we know who we're looking for. You also have your 4 Facebook groups ready, set up, and pinned, as well as or your 4 Instagram influencers so that you know where are you going to find your people from. And today we're going to make sure that you are organized. So we're going to talk about your cold list. But first, let's make sure that we are in the right mindset. I am bold. I am brave. I am excited to find new people. I am excited to meet them, and I am excited to help them. So one thing that makes sales difficult, whether you're trying to sell a class, a program, a product, or a service, is the perception of sales. What happens is that a lot of people don't understand how sales work. So then when it doesn't happen, they think it's something to do with them, their price, their packages, their product, or their service. And that's not true. The problem with sales is that we know very little about sales. So we don't know what's normal and what isn't normal, which means that sometimes we have very unrealistic expectations of how sales should happen. Whether you're trying to get people to an in-person class, to a virtual class, to a program, or sell them a product or a service, all of those are going to require sales. Sales requires that you go out there and actually talk to people. So the idea is that you're going to post something and people are just going to click a link and buy without any interaction with you. If you want to make sales quick, and if you are new at sales, that's not how sales actually work. The way to make quick sales and the way to make sure sales is to start relationships, build relationships, get to know your people, know what is it that they want, know what problems they have, and then provide solutions to those problems. That's where the sale is made, not by doing a cute post or creating a cool flyer and then putting your link somewhere so some stranger can buy. They don't buy. Now, some people start to understand this, and that's great, and we start interacting with people. But then as soon as we tell somebody about our class and they say no, we get disappointed. Or they say yes, but they don't show up, we get disappointed. And then we start blaming ourselves. Maybe it's my class, maybe it's my schedule, maybe it's my playlist, maybe it's my program, maybe it's my prices are too high. Maybe it's that they want to do in-person instead of virtual. Maybe it's that they want to do virtual instead of personal. And we start to get into our head, and it's not you. What's happening is that 80% of sales comes after 5 to 12 touch points. That means that the other person needs to see you and know about you at least 5 to 12 times. So if they saw one post, let's say that you posted about your family, and then after that post, you're telling them about your class, well, that's one touch point. 2, if you count the conversation where you're telling them about the class, that's just 2 touch points. They're not ready to come to your class. Now, if they saw your family post and then a promo that you did about something, and then you reach out on message to tell them about your program, they're not ready yet. That's just 3 touches. So it has nothing to do with your class, with your price, with your program, with what you're offering. It has everything to do with the fact that you're moving too fast for them. Go back to when you were dating, way before you got married and way before you had kids. It's like if somebody, instead of saying hello and asking you if you want a drink or wanting to get to know you, instantly they see you, you have eye contact, and then he drops on one knee and proposes to you. It's like, whoa, okay, that's too much too soon. So what we want to do is create an interaction and then do small little touches, 5 to 12 touch points before we actually get to telling them about our product or our service. And what's crazy is that only about 12% of salespeople actually contact their people more than 3 times. Think about that. 12%. Only about 12% will contact that same person more than 3 times, but that person needs at least 5 times to purchase. This is why sales becomes frustrating, because there's a misconception. People think that you need to tell them once about your class and they should buy. That you should tell them once about your program and they're going to buy. And if they don't buy that one time that you told them, then they're never going to buy. And that's just not true. It's not how it works. We need to tell them multiple times. Now, what's cool about this is that these 5 or 12 touches doesn't have to be about your product or your service. In fact, if all of your touches are only about your product and your service, you're going to become spammy and you're going to push them away. So we actually don't want to tell them about our products or services 5 to 12 times, but we do want to contact them 5 to 12 times. This can be saying hello. This can be sending a friend request. This can be dropping a like on something that they posted. This can be dropping a comment on something that they posted. This can be doing a comment on a comment that they posted. This can be sending them a message just saying, have a good day. This can be sending them a happy birthday or Merry Christmas. This can be tagging them in a promo. This can be telling them, hey, by the way, don't know if you know this, but I actually have a program to do this. Would that be something that you want to know more about? Right? So those 5 to 12 touches doesn't have to be about your product or your service. It has to be interactions that you have so that you build a relationship. Basically, it takes 5 to 12 interactions with your people to build a relationship. They won't buy from you until there's a relationship. So we need to keep track of these people. So your audience is basically divided into temperatures, your cold audience and then your hot or your warm audience. In the Fitness Boss program, we focus on your hot list. Those people who already know, like, and trust you, they are the most likely to buy from you. And since the Fitness Boss program, the number one goal is to get people to buy from you right away as soon as possible. That's the audience that we start with. So you start with your hot list. Those are going to be people that are not new. They're already in your friends list. They're already a follower. They're already inside your Facebook group. If you have a Facebook group, they're your current and past students, or there's somebody who you already gave them a free thing, whether it's a free class, a free PDF, a free 15-minute workout, or something for free. Once they do any or all of those things, they get upgraded to your hot list. Basically, you are not new to them and they are not new to you. But then we have everybody else, everybody else who is new, somebody who just found you for the very first time. So somebody who's a new friend or somebody who's a new follower, somebody that you've never had a one-on-one conversation with, not in person, not on WhatsApp, not on Messenger, you haven't sent an email, and somebody who's not inside your Facebook group, if you have a Facebook group, and somebody who you haven't given them anything for free yet. So those people are going to be your cold audience. What we're going to do in this challenge is get more cold audience and then warm them up so that they get upgraded to your hot list. As you start interacting with people, there are 3 types of audiences. Audiences that are ready to buy from you immediately. Immediately, I mean within the first 30 days. That means that they go from being cold and just meeting you to being hot and warm very fast. We love those people, but those people are going to be only like 20% of your audience. The majority of your audience are going to require a little bit more time. 60% of your audience is likely to buy within a 90-day period. That means that somebody new that just met you for the very first time, you sent a friend request and they accepted today, right? If you do the warm-up process and if you're posting consistently and if you're following up and doing all the things that we're going to do in this challenge, 90 days from now, they will become a client. That's why it's so important to constantly be growing your list today, because those new people today are your sales for tomorrow. If you're not getting new people right now, then you're not going to have sales later in the future. And then about 10 to 20% of your audience are just never going to buy, or they're going to buy like 15, 18 months from now. So they just need either a lot of time or they like being your cheerleader. They'll comment, they'll support you. Friends and family fall into this category, but they're never going to buy from you. And that's okay. We still love people liking our stuff, commenting on our stuff, because it helps our algorithm. It pushes your post to more people. So while they might not be buyers, they are cheerleaders and they are helping your post get more reach with each like and each comment that they give you. So what we need is a cold list spreadsheet. So you already have a hot list. Awesome. Now we need a cold list, and we want to keep this list separate. So if you already have a spreadsheet where you're keeping track of your hot list and your script and your blacklist and all of that, we're going to open a new tab called your cold list. The reason that we want this separate from your hot list is because this is a completely different crowd and we're going to treat them completely different. It's going to have a different script and it's going to have a different feel to everything. Okay. I'll get more into that once we start getting into the challenge and the daily activities. Right now, all we're doing is preparing for the challenge. So your spreadsheet should have the name of your person, the Facebook link or Instagram link attached to it, and then 3 columns just categorize day 1, day 2, day 3. I'll tell you what to do later. Right now, all I need you to do is to make sure that you have this spreadsheet. So your homework is to create the spreadsheet. Just put the title, the name, the Facebook link, day 1, 2, and 3. Take a screenshot and then share it in our chat. That's it. Super quick, super simple. I'll see you on the next one.